All right, we are live from Lakeville, Minnesota, Lakeville Hockey Arena. That's Minnesota State High School hockey action. Shakopee Sabers are on the road against the Lakeville South Cougars. If you're just joining the broadcast, well, that's because I didn't start it on time. Lakeville South scored at 13:47 remaining in the. They scored at 13:47, so about 30 seconds of gameplay ago. They got the goal on a puck in front that slid underneath the pads of the netminder, number 1, Logan Avery. And Sabres are going back to work to try to tie this game up. On the ice for the Sabres, number 4, the sophomore, Carter Wagner. His pass across, intercepted, saved by Avery. Trying to dig the puck out of there. Number 5, Carter Nelson, gets it over to 16, Jackson Tolanen. Tolanen works his way up the boards, gets it out to neutral ice. Tolanen stands up his man, collected by Dornbos. Dornbos back to Wagner. Wagner looks up ice, stretch pass onto the tape of Yzerman. Yzerman walks in, looks for options, slides it ahead, tried to get it to Nelson, who was crashing the net, but it comes loose to Hensley. Hensley over to Wagner. Wagner lays it off the boards. Now comes it loose, and the Cougars get the puck in deep. Wagner looks at his options, sends it up ice. Now Wagner lays it up to the top of the zone, picked up by the Cougars. Into the corner goes Hensley. Hensley comes out with the puck, lays it off the glass, icing waved off. Sabres will compete their change. Now we got 32, Gavin Carlson, 6, Colton Krisak, and 17, Dylan Schmitz up front now for the Sabres, with Hensley and Gaston back on D. Sabres down a couple of D skaters here in this game, as they've got the crud running through the locker room. 13, Evan Radke is out. 15, Fletcher Reinhardt is out. So they're a little bit light on D. Krisak looks for options. Shields the puck as he goes into the corner, leaves it for Gaston, who rings it around the boards out to the top of the zone. Cougars collect, shot redeflected in front. Good reaction there by Avery. Another shot in, deflected again, saved by Avery. Now Davis picks up the puck, walks out of the zone. Davis goes blue line, red line, blue line. Now stops, looks for actions, and will put a shot on net. Rebound out front. Heilman redirects it out in front. And O'Neill was crashing. Now Davis slides it back to Tolanen. Tolanen looks for options. Creates some space for himself. Gets it to Davis. Davis finds O'Neill. O'Neill's shot goes off the stick of a Cougar behind the net. Now O'Neill moves it up to the point for Wagner. Wagner back to O'Neill. O'Neill down to Davis. The sophomore trio working the near side. Now, and big save by Avery. So 9:40 remaining here. The Sabres have Davis, O'Neill, Heilman, Hensley, and Gaston back on D. Hensley slides it to Gaston. Gaston back to Hensley. Hensley puts it off the boards. It gets tipped. Icing gets waved off. Heilman chases it behind the net. Out to the top of the zone. Davis kicks it out for Hensley. Cougars escape. They get the puck in deep where Hensley is there. Hensley leaves it for Davis. Davis's pass gets intercepted, redirected back around the other direction. Puck slides out front, and Avery has to make a kick save. Now comes out cross ice for Heilman. Heilman will send it down, and Sabres needed a break, so it'll be icing on the Sabres. 8:49 remaining. Lakeville South leads 1-0. Sabres will have a defensive zone draw. Next up for the Sabres will be Nelson, Yzerman, and Dornbos up front, with Wagner and Tolanen back on D. Wagner slides it over to Tolanen. Tolanen puts it high off the glass, but not out of the zone. Tolanen comes out with it, slides it to Wagner. Wagner picks up speed, cross ice, Yzerman gets a stick on it, so the Sabres get the puck in deep. Nelson and Dornbos battling in the corner. Dornbos continuing to tie the puck up. Cougars come out with the puck. They try to go around Tolanen, but ultimately collected by Wagner. Wagner feathers a pass out to neutral ice. Comes back to Tolanen. Tolanen up to Nelson. Nelson chops it into the zone. Puck out front, we get a whistle, and I think the Sabres are going to be going on penalty kill. It looks like they're going to take number 5, Carter Wagner, for interference for that hit behind the net. So it is 7:41. Carter Nelson on the penalty. 4 and 5 get them a little mixed up from time to time. 7:41, Sabres going on the penalty kill. Penalty killer's out for the Sabres. It's Schmitz, Carlson, Tolanen, and Wagner working to kill off this penalty. Shot through traffic right into the glove of Avery. Glove save, and Sabres have a defensive zone draw with 1:43 left in their penalty kill. Schmitz will take the draw. Wins it cleanly to Wagner. Wagner rings it around the board, takes a funky bounce, hops onto the stick of Schmitz, and Schmitz gets the puck in deep. South loses the puck onto the tape of Schmitz. Now the Sabres are in a foot race to try to get the puck cleared, but Cougars collect and rip a shot into the glove of Avery. 1:14 remaining in the penalty kill. Now it's Davis, O'Neill, Gaston, and Hensley. Next 4 up to kill this penalty. Shot through traffic, inside out, wide, and Davis sends it all the way down. O'Neill's giving chase. A stretch pass by the Cougars. Now O'Neill battling for the puck. Moves it back to Gaston. Gaston slides it over to Hensley. Hensley didn't quite get all of that pass. Now hops out to neutral ice. 22 seconds remaining in the penalty kill. Davis wins the puck at the top of the zone. Now he's walking in all by himself, and he'll shoot. That shot goes high and wide. Krisak off the bench. Avery makes the save. Wagner collects the rebound. He'll lift it out to neutral ice. And Sabres are back to full strength. Nice penalty kill by the Sabres. Tolonen puts it off the glass. Schmitz collects it, but it takes a weird bounce off the glass. Now Schmitz and Tolonen in the corner. Cougars come out with it. They shoot it wide into the far corner, where Schmitz collects, stick handles his way out of it, gets it up to Heilman. Heilman brings it back for Krisak and Schmitz. Nice pass catch by Heilman. Gets it back to Wagner. Sabres control. Wagner spins away from pressure, carries into the zone, tries to go around one, gets poke checked. Now Wagner on the back check. Kicks it to Yzerman, who gets it up to Heilman. Schmitz backhands it to Hensley. Hensley moves it back around behind the boards for Schmitz. Schmitz pinched off the puck, but Heilman collects and gets it to some open ice for Yzerman. Hensley lifts it, and it stays along the rail on the boards and comes out to neutral ice. Yzerman taps it to himself and tries to move it over to Dornbos, but it comes out to neutral ice where Hensley is there, and he'll lift it into the far corner. Sabres tag up, chase it into the corner. First to it is Nelson. Now Nelson has a chance. That rolls off his stick. Cougars lift it into the zone. Dornbos to it first. Shields the puck into the corner. Wagner tips it ahead. Here comes Yzerman. Yzerman gets a shot on net. Yzerman displaying that 3/8 speed. Tolonen redirects the puck behind the net. Spins away from pressure, turns up ice, lays it off the boards. Now puck back into Sabre defensive zone. Wagner gives chase. Back to Tolonen behind the net. Davis, hop step, pass onto the tape of Heilman. Heilman feeds it back to O'Neill. O'Neill on his backhand puts a shot towards the net. Gets stood up in the corner. Now Davis there to help. Picks up the puck, looks for options, and we get an arm in the air. And I can't tell who they're going to call. So now they're taking O'Neill to the box. So I think O'Neill's going to get a double minor. So he got a high stick and then a second high stick. So I think O'Neill will be in the box for 4 minutes. Double minor on O'Neill. So Sabres 2:28 remaining here in the period. And the Sabres are going to be on the power play, presumably for the rest of the, or on the penalty kill, for the presumably the rest of the period. Hensley sends it all the way down. So 2 high-sticking penalties back-to-back assessed to O'Neill.
The following penalties have been assessed on Shakopee number 23, Will and Mitch. 2 minutes for roughing, 2 minutes for high stick.
All right, so it's 2 minutes for roughing and then 2 minutes for high stick. So it's a high stick and a rough.
And O'Neill for high stick.
Shot through, and then South scores. So that occurred with 3:04 remaining. One of those minor penalties should come off now. So O'Neill will be in the box for another minute 4. So now the penalty, 2 minutes of one of those penalties should come off, and O'Neill will be in the box for a minute 4. And there's 1:31 remaining here in the first period. Sabres trail by 2. Okay, well, O'Neill's going to serve the next full 2 minutes. So Sabres still on the power play for another, or on the penalty kill for 2 more minutes. They send it down. Heilman rings it around the boards, trying to find some open ice. It's Schmitz, Heilman, Gaston, and Hensley killing the penalty for the Sabres.
Scoring for Lakeville South on the power play. Assist for the Lakes.
Shot through traffic. Deflected wide. Another shot, shrugged off by Avery. Tolonen flips it all the way down. 34 seconds remaining in the period. Heilman on the penalty kill forecheck puts it into the crease, and the goalie has to freeze the puck with 23.9 seconds remaining. So next 4 out for the Sabres. It's Davis, Carlson, Gaston, and Tolonen. Comes out to Gaston. Gaston send it in deep. Stretch pass, misses all targets, and it is icing on the Cougars. So 10.8 seconds remaining. The Sabres will have a offensive zone draw. That clearance attempt by the Cougars went into their own bench, so another offensive zone draw for the Sabres. 6 seconds remaining. Davis on the dot. Cougars control. Davis intercepts it. All right, so let's get a look at the scoreboard here. We've got 2 goals for Lakeville South, 0 for the Sabres. Shots on goal, 13 for South, 6 for the Sabres. And 29 seconds of the O'Neill minor penalty for high sticking still sits on the board. They're going to resurface the ice, so we'll take a quick break and be back for you after the first intermission. All right, we are back for the second period. A couple of roster changes. No more Carter Wagner, but we've added number 10, the senior Jack Moe, and number 37, the senior Mason Vogel, as they are starting off killing this penalty for the Sabers. 10 seconds left in the Saber penalty kill here. Shot goes high and wide, rings it around the boards, top of the zone. Moe gives pressure. Now here comes Moe. Moe across the line. Moe will shoot, and Sabres earn an offensive zone draw. So back to 5-on-5 hockey. So it looks like we got number 6, Colton Krizak, has moved back to D. So we got Tolanen and Krizak as D partners. And it's Davis, O'Neill, Heilman up front right now for the Sabres. Broken up in center ice by Tolanen. He lifts it into the zone. O'Neill skates under it. O'Neill working from behind the net, reverses directions, gets it back to Heilman. Heilman with a rolling puck, gets it over to O'Neill. O'Neill flattens it out, gets it to Davis. Davis, tic-tac-toe passing, but ultimately misses the mark at the top of the point, rolls down to Avery. Avery slides it over to Tolanen. Tolanen reverses directions, puts it on the tape of Heilman. Heilman taps it over to O'Neill. O'Neill crosses the red line, crosses the blue line, gets it over to Heilman, over to Davis. Davis' shot blockered into the corner. O'Neill grabs the rebound, moves it out to the point for Gaston, down low for Davis. Davis lowers his shoulder, spins, gets pinched off the puck, run around the boards, and now we got a penalty. We're going to take 29 Heilman for roughing. That's the third penalty on the Sabres now, fourth penalty on the Sabres for things that are happening away from where the puck action is. So Heilman goes to the box at 13:25, 2-minute minor for roughing. And the Sabres are back on the penalty kill. Penalty killers out for the Sabres. It's Vogel, Moe, Hensley, and Gaston. Vogel will take the draw. They're getting a penalty put up on the boards. So Sabres trail by 2, and now they're down a man also. Scorers table having trouble getting the penalty up. Now they got it. Got the wrong number up there, but nonetheless. Penalty's up, and Avery pounces on the puck.
Penalty on Shakopee, number 29, Nathan Heilman. 2 minutes for rough, 1:35 in the second period.
Vogel on the draw. And he gets asked to leave the face-off circle. Moe steps in. South controls the draw. He'll shoot through traffic. And that scoots out to neutral ice. Vogel gives chase. That shot sails high out to the top of the point, and now out of the zone, here comes Jack Moe. All right, now we got an arm in the air. It was going to just be on South, but then Vogel retaliated. So now both of them are going to go. So we got coincidental roughing minors. So we'll stay at 5-on-4 hockey. So we're at 12:29. Those two will serve the full 2 minutes before they're back and eligible to play. But there's exactly a minute left in the Saber penalty kill here until they get back to 5-on-5. Now it's Carlson, Schmitz, Tolanen, and Krisak trying to kill off the last 45 seconds of this penalty kill. Shot, save, Avery. Rebound, slides through the blue paint and out to center ice. Now South carries in. Shot through traffic. Big save by Avery. Top of the zone. Another shot. Tolanen into the corner. All right, Sabres are back to full strength. Puck scoots loose. Heilman picks it up. Leaves it for Carlson. And he'll get the puck in deep. Sabre forecheck goes to work. It's Schmitz, Carlson, Heilman. Heilman onto the tape of Davis. Davis lowers his shoulder. Looks for options. Carlson draws a penalty on the backside. Arm is in the air. Delayed penalty on the Cougars. Hensley battles his way through. No touch yet by Lakeville. So the Sabres have an extra skater on. O'Neill works it out to the point for Gaston. Gaston back to O'Neill. O'Neill feathers it to Davis. Davis. And finally, we get a whistle as they're going to say that South touched it enough, and the Cougars will send a man to the box. 36 Hartwell will go to the box for South. Sabres will have an offensive zone draw, and they go on the power play for their first time in this game with 10:25 remaining. Sabres down by 2, but now they're up a man. First power play unit out for the Sabres. It's O'Neill, Carlson, Heilman, Tolanen, and Davis. O'Neill getting ready to take the draw. As soon as the scorer's table can get it put up. Right now they've got a double minor on the board. We'll find out if that's accurate or not, if that was in fact a double minor. 4 minutes is on the clock. It was a double minor. O'Neill, cross ice. All right, so the double minor assessed to South, number 36 Hartwell. They got a high stick and a slash. Refs are fond of giving 2-for-1s right now. Onto the tape of Carlson. Carlson walks in, getting pressured, ridden into the corner. South collects. It's ringing around the boards, but it ultimately goes up into the net. 9:47 remaining in the period, and 3:23 left in the double minor. Same 5 out for the Sabres. O'Neill, Carlson, Heilman, Tolanen, and Davis. O'Neill on the draw. Wins the draw to Tolanen. Tolanen puts it back for Carlson.
For filling in for me until I can get here. Thank you so much.
Now Tolanen for Carlson. Carlson back for Tolanen. Tolanen creates some space. Back to Carlson. Carlson walks in. Will shoot through traffic. Tried to paint a corner, but went high and wide and scoots out to center ice. Tolanen spins it around. Now leaves it for Davis. Davis across the red line, across the blue line. Reverses directions, loses an edge. Recovers quickly, leaves it for O'Neill. O'Neill working from behind the net. Now Carlson gets it out to Krisak. Krisak chops it to himself. Into the corner goes Colton Krisak. Moves it out for Davis. Davis reverses directions. Gets it over to Carlson, just out of his reach. Carlson back to Krisak. Works its way down to O'Neill. O'Neill tries to move it back out to the point. Nobody home for the Sabers, and they'll regroup at center ice. Krisak to Davis, to O'Neill. O'Neill into the zone, looking for options. O'Neill to Davis. Davis to Krisak. Krisak to Carlson. Carlson with a chance. Now comes to Davis. Davis puts it down low where Heilman collects. Heilman from a sharp angle. Save. Out to the point. Davis there. Davis to Heilman. Heilman was shot. Puck loose in front. Carlson was digging for it, but whistle was blown. 7:49 remaining. About half the period left, and there's a minute 25 left in the Saber power play. So one of the minor penalties worked off by the Cougars. Now it's Vogel, Schmitz, Moe, Krisak, and Tolanen. Schmitz will take the draw. Nope, Vogel on the draw. Wins it cleanly to Moe. Back to Krisak. Krisak goes around one. Krisak walking in, far side. Out to Vogel, now out to Tolanen. Tolanen shot through traffic. Moe battling for it, leaves it for Krisak. Krisak from behind the net, out to Schmitz. Schmitz to Tolanen. Tolanen back to Schmitz. Schmitz will shoot. And South clears it down. Avery should go down as a shot on goal, as Avery did make the save. Tolanen weighs the options. 45 seconds left in the power play. Schmitz into the zone. Tipped out for Tolanen. And South shoots it over the bar. Vogel digs it out, and we got another delayed penalty, presumably on South. Shot comes wide, out to the zone, top of the zone, where Schmitz redirects it down low. Vogel handling it behind the net, and we get a whistle. And we got a penalty on South for roughing. All right, so their Sabres will have 17 seconds of a 5-on-3. 6:41 remaining. O'Neill getting ready to take the draw. He's got
penalty's been called on the Cougars, number 20, Austin Frakes. 2 minutes for roughing. Frakes off the
O'Neill.
time, that Cougar penalty, 10-19.
O'Neill circles, lays it off for Davis. Davis for Krisak. Krisak will shoot low and hard. Goes off the skates of Heilman.
Cougars 1 player short.
Out to Carlson. Now back to 5-on-4 hockey. Carlson threads it over to Krisak, over to Davis. Davis walks towards the net, tries to get to the far side and scoots out of the zone. Krisak slides it to Davis. That's a little bit out of his reach, but is picked up by O'Neill. Now picked up by South. South shot into the belly button of Avery. 5:52 remaining. A minute and 11 left in the Lakeville South penalty and the Saber power play. So Sabres will have had 6 minutes of being on the power play here. Already at 4 minutes and some seconds, almost 5 minutes. Tolanen up to Carlson. Carlson into the zone. Rings it around the boards to the far side. Davis there. Rings it back around the boards. Carlson picks it up. Up to the top of the circles goes Carlson. Carlson gets it to O'Neill. O'Neill from the red line. Back to Carlson. Heilman with a one-timer. So that'll go 32 to 23 to 29 for the goal. Heilman ripped it low glove side, and Sabres convert on their power play opportunity and go within one. One-time clapper of a slap shot from 29 Heilman. Assists will go to 23 O'Neill and 32 Carlson on the power play goal. There were 38 seconds left. Now it's Mo, Vogel, Schmitz. Vogel's shot deflected on the way in. Schmitz gets pinned up against the boards in the corner.
Scoring on the power play for the Sabres, 11:41.
Hensley lays it off the boards. Gets it down to Mo.
Single assist given to 23, Will O'Neill. Highlight from O'Neill on the power play. Time of that Sabres goal, 11:41.
That spins across for Mo. Mo's got Schmitz on the near side. Schmitz carries into the zone, looks for options, and he'll shoot. Tries to put it onto the tape of Mo, but comes out of the zone. Now Hensley with a chance, but didn't quite get all of it. South into the zone. Gaston into the corner. Tips it ahead for Mo. Mo moves it over to Schmitz. Schmitz across the red line and will put it in deep as the Sabres forwards go off for a change. O'Neill quickly off the bench. Springs into action. Forecheck pressure on. Scoots out to neutral ice. Krisak onto the tape of O'Neill. O'Neill skates it into the middle. Shoots through traffic. Loose puck in front. Puck is still loose in front. Comes out for Krisak at center ice. Krisak walks into the zone, and he'll shoot low. Comes over to O'Neill. That rolls off his stick. O'Neill gets it down low for Nelson. Nelson in the corner. Krisak holds it into the zone. Now comes out. Broken stick on the play. That's O'Neill. A nice job of Tolanen putting stick on puck and separating it from the player. Now scoots loose to Tolanen. Tolanen working from behind his own net. Stretch pass. Weird bounce off the glass. Picked up by Nelson. Nelson slides it ahead to Carlson. Carlson goes around one. He's got Heilman with him on the far side, but Carlson just gets tied up. Can't quite slide it over to Heilman. Heilman moves it out to the point for Krisak. Krisak moves it over to Tolanen. Tolanen will shoot through traffic, looking for the redirect. It did go off the leg of Davis, but into the corner. Now out to the point for Tolanen. Tolanen looking for some open ice. Finally gets it over to Dornbos. Dornbos back to Krisak. Krisak flips it into the corner. And goes Carlson into the corner. Carlson for Davis. Davis tied up. Dornbos into the corner. And South will send it all the way down. As everybody, I think, on the ice needed a breather. 2:29 remaining. And miracle of miracles, we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Next five up for the Sabres. We got Schmitz, Vogel, and Mo, with Gaston and Hensley back on D. Vogel will take the draw. Cougars try to ring it around the boards, and they escape on the near side. Gaston last man back. Over to Hensley. Gets it up to Schmitz. Schmitz taps it ahead. Mo gets a stick on it, breaks it up, drives it into the corner. Schmitz and Mo trying to work out of the corner. Scoots loose onto the tape of Vogel, but he gets his stick lifted. Block shot by Schmitz. Schmitz gets it to neutral ice. The Cougars ice it. 1:31 remaining. Next five up for the Sabers. Davis, Heilman, and O'Neill with Kresak and Tolanen. Davis will take the draw. Cougars control the draw back behind the net, but Heilman pressures quickly. O'Neill working out of the corner, shields the puck, kicks it ahead. Puck at the top of the zone, but not out. Now comes that down to Kresak. Kresak onto the tape of Heilman. Heilman lifts it ahead for O'Neill.
Last minute to play the second period, 1 minute.
Davis working out of the corner. Tolanen in a foot race. Just did a great job of catching up to that play. Putting stick on puck. Block shot by Kresak, and South scores. So Kresak blocked the next one, fell right back onto the tape of South, and from a real close angle, they put it in over the glove of Avery. 3-1 South as they answer back and hold on to their 2-goal lead with 34.8 seconds left. Next five up for the Sabres, it'll be Nelson, Carlson, and Yzerman, with Hensley and Gaston back on D. Nelson will take the draw. Cougars control.
Scoring for the Cougars at 16:26 of the second
Gaston
period.
into the corner.
Number 20, Austin Frakes. First assist to number 27, Miles Crinky. Second assist to number 37, Blake Sengstock. Frakes from Crinky and Sengstock. Time that Cougar goal, 16:26.
Yzerman, cross ice, intercepted. Now Cougars off the other in the other direction. Hensley forces that into the corner. Now picked up by Carlson. Carlson moves it cross ice. All right, that'll do it for the second period. We'll be here at the second intermission. We'll take a quick look at the scoreboard here. Sabres did get a little bit closer back in the shot category, but it's now 15-20, still in favor of Lakeville South. But it's 3-1. Lakeville South going into the third period.
First assist to number 27, Miles Crinky.
All right, we're back for the third period. Sabers trail 3-1. Davis, Heilman, and O'Neill up front with Krisak and Tolanen back on D. Krisak tries to get it to Davis. Scoots loose. Now out of the zone. Davis carries. Cross ice pass. Heilman. Heilman holds it into the zone. Gets it to O'Neill. O'Neill tries to thread it through for Davis. Now Scoots out of the zone. O'Neill looks up ice. Moves it across to Heilman. Heilman carries into the zone. Heilman shot low and hard, goes wide, rings around the boards, comes out to neutral ice where Hensley collects. Hensley looks over at his D partner, now looks up ice. Gets it to O'Neill. O'Neill taps it ahead. Heilman moving towards the net, looking for his second of the game. Knob save by the goalie. Now Hensley slides it to Gaston. Gaston one times it, try to get it up to Mo. And now it comes back to Gaston. Gaston puts on the afterburners, gets it across the red line, skates it in, brings it around the boards. Vogel picks it up in the corner. Vogel working out of the corner, puck behind the net. Comes loose. Vogel still pressuring. Now Hensley pinches, puck pops out to Mo. Mo from the circle, shot. Now Vogel with the chance, Carlson with a chance. Comes back out to the point for Hensley. Hensley's pass gets broken up. Now Vogel from a sharp angle. Now Mo shot goes wide, rings around the boards, out to the top for Hensley. Hensley holds it in once again, brings it around the boards for Mo. Mo out of the corner. Leaves it for Carlson. Carlson's fake pass across ice. Scoots out to Gaston. Gaston to Hensley. Hensley just gets across the red line and puts the puck in. Carlson will get to it first. Nice job by Nelson to hold the puck in the zone. Now South carries into the zone. Stood up by Tolanen. Schmitz into the corner. Puck loose and bouncing in front. Avery kick save, one kick save, two kick saves. Now Schmitz goes around one. Puck out to neutral ice. Nelson pressures. Nelson steals the puck. Walks towards the net. Gets his stick lifted and just rolls the puck on net versus the shot he was probably hoping for. 12:07 remaining. Sabres will have an offensive zone draw. It's Davis, O'Neill, Heilman, Krisak, and Tolanen. That one rings all the way around the boards. Icing waved off. Tolanen picks it up, skates it up ice, moves it up to Heilman. Heilman didn't quite get all of that to get the puck in deep. It does get it into the zone enough. Now down deep for Davis. Davis working from behind the net, reverses directions. Davis looking for options, goes down. Krisak ties this man up into the boards. Davis there to help. Heilman pins the puck up against the boards, waiting for help. Moves it back for Krisak. Krisak looks up ice, and he'll take off. Krisak battles his way. Blue line, red line, blue line. Here comes Colton Krisak walking on net. Icing waved off. Carlson on the puck. Reverses directions. Moves it back to Hensley. Hensley slides it over to O'Neill. O'Neill with his head up slides it to Vogel. Vogel working his way into the corner. Pops out for Gaston. Gaston will put the puck around the boards for Mo. Mo, top of the zone for Hensley. Hensley shot through traffic. That goes high. Now out to neutral ice. Gaston collects. Gaston lifts the puck, gets it around deep. Hensley back to collect. Hensley looks for options, brings it around the boards, but South collects it, but they chip it up into the netting. We get a whistle. Clock stoppage at 10:13. Sabres have a defensive zone draw. Now it's Schmitz on the draw. He's got Nelson and Dornbos out with him. Krisak and Tolonen back on D. Tolonen from behind the net. Looks for options. Moves it cross ice into the skates of South, and they are in on a 2-on-1. Tolonen does a great job of getting back. Nice big save by Avery. He had to lift his shoulder high. Dornbos looking for open ice. Dornbos brings it off high off the glass. Sent down. That should be on net, so South will have to play it, and they do. Schmitz giving pressure. Steals the puck from behind the net. Dylan Schmitz tries to go short side. Now Nelson in the corner. South with speed across the red line and into the zone. Out to the top of the zone. Shot blocked by Nelson. Avery ticks that one into the corner. Shot through traffic. That goes wide. Dornbos out at the point. Puck scoots loose to Schmitz. Schmitz lifts it to center ice. And that again will be on net. South will play it. Stretch pass out to neutral ice, collected by Gaston. Gaston gets it into the zone, but it scoots back to Hensley. Hensley from behind the blue line sends it down, and that missed all targets, so that will be icing on the Sabres. 8:44 remaining. Sabres with a defensive zone draw. Now it's Davis, O'Neill, Heilman, Gaston, and Hensley. Davis will take the draw. O'Neill spread out wide, and Hensley will try to flip it down to him, but it hit the helmet of Davis on the way in. Now Sabre forecheck going to work. Heilman, O'Neill, and Davis pressuring. Puck never left the zone. O'Neill collects from outside the circle, now from the corner, brings it around the boards. Hensley steps up, puts it off the outside of the net. Stretch pass. O'Neill or Heilman holds it in the zone. No indication the Sabres need to tag up, but they weren't quite sure, so they hesitated a little bit. Gaston to Davis. Davis into the zones, tried to stick handle at the blue line as he was waiting for his teammates to change. Gaston breaks up the dump in, puts it back out to neutral ice. Cross ice pass. Cougars pick it up, walking in, forehand back in. Big save by Avery. That was a low hard shot that had eyes for the back of the net, and Avery stretches down and makes a nice glove save. 7:27 remaining. Now it's Vogel, Carlson, Moe, Krisak, and Tolonen. Carlson taps it head to Moe. Moe is going to get on his horse and collect it. Moe ridden down in the corner, pops loose for Carlson. Broken up by Vogel, comes across for Carlson. Carlson shoots to the far post. Save. Vogel looking at options. Puts the puck into the far corner where Carlson chases it. Now South does escape. Vogel on the puck. Slides it over to Tolonen. Tolonen stretch pass. Touches nobody, and it's icing on the Sabres. 6:46 remaining. Sabres still trail by 2 goals. Davis will take the draw. Got Heilman and O'Neill with him. Shot blocked by Krisak. Davis into the corner. Pops loose for O'Neill. O'Neill gets it out to Heilman. Heilman back to O'Neill. O'Neill streaks up the near side. And he'll shoot low and hard. And Heilman is right there. So 6:28 remaining. Nathan Heilman picks up his second goal of the game. Assist should go to Will O'Neill as he had that low hard shot that put it on a tee for Heilman. That's the second goal for Heilman and the second assist for O'Neill. Sabers pull within one with 6:28 remaining.
Sabers, his second goal of the game, number 29, Nathan Heilman.
Now it's Schmitz, Nelson, and Yzerman. Krisak picks it up, comes into the zone. Krisak frees it ahead for Schmitz. Schmitz with a backhand shot that rolls on net. Now they try to move it cross ice back to Tolanen, but it hops his stick. Tolanen with pressure. I ain't worried. Now Tolanen picks up speed. 1, 2, 3, steps into the neutral zone. Now puck it back into the Saber zone. Cougars back the other direction. Nelson breaks it up. Schmitz on the puck. Puck into the corner. Krisak. They'll reverse directions. Shields the puck. Skates it up. Moves it over to Nelson. Nelson gets a stick on it and carries it into the zone. Rolls it on net, and eventually it was Yzerman that got the last touch on it before ultimately saved by the Cougars goalie. 5:37 remaining. Sabres trail by 1. Now it's Vogel, Moe, and Carlson with Gaston and Hensley back on D. Vogel will take the draw. They win the drop out to Gaston. Gaston rings it around the boards. Comes around for Hensley on the far side. Hensley with the puck on the boards. And we get I think they're going to say that it bounced off the Lakeville South bench as he was trying to exit the zone. So it'll be an offensive zone draw for the Sabres. Sabres will change up their forwards. Now it's Davis, Heilman, O'Neill. And the same duo back on D, Hensley and Gaston. Davis on the draw. Cougars control the draw, ring it around the boards to the near side. And carried out of the zone. A shot goes off the back of the net. To Hensley, reverses directions. Moves it to O'Neill. O'Neill slides it over to Davis. Davis accelerates through center ice. Here comes Cole Davis on his backhand, and he'll score with a Lakeville South Cougars stick all up in his breadbasket. Davis goes forehand, backhand, top shelf, ties it up with exactly 5 minutes remaining. Sabres with all the momentum now. South definitely on their heels.
Tying the game for the Sabres at 10 minutes even in the third period. Number 7, Cole Davis. First assist to 23, Will O'Neill. Second assist to number 12, Ethan Hensley.
All right, so we got
Time that Sabre goal, 10 minutes.
O'Neill with the first assist on that one as well. So that's 3 assists now from O'Neill. Feeding pucks all over the place. 3 assists for O'Neill. Second assist on that one was for Hensley. And Scores Table definitely got that one right. Krisak shoots through traffic. Moe tied up in front. Now comes back out to Krisak. Krisak rolls it down to Carlson. Carlson lobs it in front. Comes out loose for Tolanen. Tolanen shoots through traffic. Catches playing ping pong on its way in. Moe from the red line, from the dot, from the circle. Wrench it. With 3 seconds remaining, that should do it here. Dug out by South. And Sabres, another come-from-behind victory. They get the W with 3 third-period goals. off the stick of O'Neill, Davis, and Heilman, all in the third period. Final shots on goal. Well, they've already cleared the scoreboard, so I don't know. But last I looked, Sabers were at 30 and South was at 28. So Sabers crawled their way back with a dominant third period performance.